Hey, what's going on YouTube? We're on to review number 158, and today we're playing Bomberman. Now my first experience with a Nintendo Bomberman was Bomberman 2, and with Bomberman 2 I found it pretty similar to the Super Nintendo games, which I really enjoyed growing up. But with the first one here, nothing really looks the same, and there's quite a few little problems that bother me with this one. I can definitely see why they took the direction change in the future games. One of the odd things you'll notice in this game is that when Bomberman walks up and down and walks left and right, the vertical movement and the horizontal movement have different sounds. I don't know why they decided to do this. It's just kind of a weird thing that once you hear it, you can't unhear it. It's not really a bad or a good thing, it's just an odd thing that they would throw in the game. One of my biggest issues playing this game though is that in newer Bomberman games, the enemies have patterns, but in this one, they kind of seem to do a lot of whatever they want. Sometimes they'll kind of just make a sudden turn or do something that's kind of out of their pattern, and it makes this kind of game really hard. Having random patterns in the game where you have a weapon that destroys them immediately isn't really a problem, because you can just chase them down and shoot them. But in a game where you have to set a bomb and they have to come to the bomb to die, having unset patterns makes this game just really weird. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with this game. But other than that, I didn't really find too crazy with it here. Besides for the fact that Bomberman looks totally different than he does in later on games. But let's take a look at the cover of the game and see how it looks. So looking at the cover, it kind of reminds me of Robo Warrior more than Bomberman. And Robo Warrior is kind of its own thing, also made by Hudson. It just seems weird to see Bomberman with like a bullet belt and what appears to be a torpedo. Also, as someone who draws comics, I find it very funny that they use the word bomb in the background instead of boom, because a bomb is what makes the boom sound. But now I'm just kind of nitpicking. But let's take a look at the back of the box and see what it has to say. Bomberman is a robot engaged in the production of bombs. Like his fellow robots, he has been put to work in an underground compound at the center of the Earth. Bomberman found it to be an unbearably dreadful existence. One day he learned that any robot escaping from the center of the Earth and make it to the surface will become human. Bomberman jumped at the opportunity. Alerted to Bomberman's betrayal, large numbers of enemy characters were sent out in pursuit. Bomberman can only rely on bombs of his own production for defense. Will Bomberman ever make it to the surface? Once there, will he really become human? See, that's kind of a story I didn't expect. I didn't expect that story at all for this game. So looking back, I think if I'd had this game as a kid, I probably would have liked it a little bit. Enough to say that it would be enjoyable. But playing it now, I just know there's so many other Bomberman games that are just so much better. And this one just doesn't make the cut anymore. So overall, I'm giving Bomberman a 7.5 out of 10. And I'm throwing this one in the ditch pile, because there's just other Bomberman games I'd rather play. But thanks a lot guys for watching this review, and I will see you all later. Bye.